Shao Kahn.
They will never bow to you!
We shall see.
Don't close your eyes.
Edenia comes to me.
Thousands of years ago, a beautiful realm named Edenia existed where people lived in peace. However, they had no idea that very soon, a monster who had already destroyed many worlds was about to attack their world. The story begins with King Jared of Edenia, who gives a special necklace to his young daughter, Kitana. He tells her that this is the blessing of Lord Raiden and that he always hears their voices. But just then, the massive gates of the palace open, and the Emperor of Outworld, Shao Kahn, steps in a warrior whose very name made entire realms tremble. Shao Kahn announces that now all realms will be under his command. Edenia had already lost its most powerful warriors, so now only King Jared was their last hope. And in the next moment, a terrible battle begins. As the king falls, the entire sky turns black. Shao Kahn declares that now Edenia is his. Queen Sindel attacks the guards in anger, but she is immediately captured. The entire kingdom kneels. However, little Kitana goes to her father's body. 20 years later, Kitana has become a very dangerous warrior. While returning to the palace, Jade says that it has been many years since she became Kitana's bodyguard. And she is happy because Kitana has always treated her like her own sister. Kitana gives her a special gift, deadly fan blades. But just then, Shao Kahn reaches the palace and announces that a new tournament is starting. This time, his target is Earth. At the same time, Shang Tsung arrives there. He is looking for Shinnok's amulet, a relic that can give any human godlike powers, and this amulet had been stolen. Now the story shifts to Earth. Lord Raiden has gathered his champions. He is showing a massive hourglass, indicating that the tournament is about to start, but their team is still incomplete. Over in an old warehouse, Johnny Cage is surrounded by dozens of goons, but instead of being afraid, he shows them his middle finger, and in the next moment, but then the TV turns off. In reality, this wasn't a real fight, but rather one of Johnny's old movies playing. Johnny is packing his stuff in the parking lot.
Johnny.
They tell him that he has to fight in a tournament that will decide the future of the entire world. Johnny thinks, seeing the other champions use their powers, Johnny is shocked because he has no superpowers. Sonya explains that this tournament is called Mortal Kombat because here, fighters actually die. Hearing this, Johnny gets scared.
Was murdered by Shang Tsung.
Murdered? Come on, you can't be serious. Send me back.
But Raiden tells him that Earth has already lost 9 tournaments. If they lose this last tournament as well, Shao Kahn will capture all of Earth. Still, Johnny refuses.
And now,
Johnny leaves the place. Meanwhile, in Outworld, Quan Chi performs a dark ritual. He gets Kano's corpse from Earth and brings him back to life. As soon as Kano wakes up, he remembers that Sonya had destroyed his eye. But back at the Sky Temple, the last sand grain falls, and suddenly Sonya starts glowing, meaning she has been chosen for the first match. But just then, on the other side, Johnny is sitting in a bar, feeling sad while watching his old fight videos. He asks for another drink, but in the next moment, Kitana is standing in front of him, and burning flames are visible in the sky. Each flame represents a fighter. She starts attacking continuously with punches, kicks, and her deadly fan blades. Now Johnny has understood that this is no movie stunt. If he loses here, he can truly die. And in the next moment, Sitting above, Shao Kahn watches all this and starts smiling. He orders Kitana to finish Johnny, but just then, she doesn't kill Johnny, and a few seconds later, Johnny becomes unconscious. A flame in the sky goes out. On the other side, Sonya faces Sindel, who has now become Shao Kahn's queen and one of his most dangerous champions. Sindel constantly attacks. Sonya wins the fight. In the next moment, Sonya and Johnny both return to Raiden's temple. Raiden tells Johnny that he is officially eliminated from the tournament. Hearing this, Johnny goes into a corner and sits down. He was feeling that he is just a useless actor, but Raiden says that the gods chose him for a reason. He just needs to look at himself with the right perspective. The next day, Kitana goes to a small temple in the middle of the jungle. She wears her necklace and suddenly teleports to Raiden's temple. Johnny gets angry as soon as he sees her, but then Raiden tells the truth. In reality, Kitana had been secretly helping Raiden from the beginning. She had to defeat Johnny so that Shao Kahn would not be suspicious. After this, Kitana gives another shocking news. Shao Kahn has found Shinnok's amulet, and if he fully charges it, no one will be able to stop him. But when Kitana returns, Jade is already waiting for her outside the temple. In reality, she had been following her for a long time. Jade calls Kitana a traitor. Meanwhile, at Raiden's temple, everyone is suddenly shocked because standing in front of them is Kung Lao, the warrior who had already died. But Quan Chi had brought him back to life, and now he was fighting for the enemy side. Suddenly, Kung Lao, with a gesture of his hand, sends his razor hat flying. At the same time, 3 champions are suddenly teleported. Kung Lao is called for the next match as well. Now, chaos has started inside the temple. Sonya faces Quan Chi, while on the other side, Shang Tsung attacks Johnny. Shang Tsung starts absorbing his energy and then throws him hard against a wall. Meanwhile, the injured Raiden crawls on the ground trying to escape, but Shang Tsung starts absorbing his powers into the amulet as well. It looked like everything was about to end. Now in Outworld, Quan Chi implants Shinnok's amulet directly into Shao Kahn's chest. In a few seconds, the Emperor's body starts glowing. Now he has become almost immortal. Meanwhile, in the sewer, Shao Kahn faces Cole. Cole attacks immediately without fear, but Kahn easily throws him to the ground. Cole fires his energy beam, which only manages to make Shao Kahn's hammer fall from his hand. Now the real fight between Cole and Shao Kahn has begun. Now Cole has understood that he is not fighting a human. In reality, Shinnok's amulet has now made Shao Kahn immortal, and just then Shao Kahn swings his massive hammer. After this, he picks up his body and throws it into the sewer water. On the other side, Jax is facing Jade. In a few minutes, Jade falls to the ground, and Jax wins the match. Jade tells him to finish her, but then Jax remembers that Kitana had spared Johnny's life. Therefore, instead of killing Jade, he picks her up and says that now both are even. Meanwhile, the most painful fight has begun. Kung Lao versus Liu Kang. As soon as the match begins, Liu Kang attacks Kung Lao's deadly hat with a firepower, but his spinning hat was so dangerous that Liu Kang had to constantly dodge his attacks.
Kung Lao, remember who you are.
You were my brother.
We will be brothers again.
In the next moment, Kung Lao dies. Meanwhile, Shao Kahn puts Shinnok's amulet into a special cage. Just then, Quan Chi asks him for one more thing, Sub-Zero's body, and a few seconds later, he brings him back to life as well.
I am reborn.
Other champions return to the temple. They are shocked to see that Raiden is barely alive, but their pain increases even more when they realize that Cole did not return, meaning he has died. A while later, Kitana reaches there and says that Raiden's powers are constantly weakening. If Shao Kahn is not stopped soon, the Outworld portal will open forever. Then Kitana tells them about a secret tunnel under the castle. This tunnel was only used by a dangerous mutant race called the Tarkatans. After this, Kitana returns to Outworld, but her path is blocked by Jade, who has 2 guards with her. Jade, in anger, snatches Katana's fan blades and declares her a traitor and gets her arrested. Meanwhile, the Earth Champions reach the Tarkatan village, where they meet their leader, Baraka. Liu Kang tries to make him understand that Shao Kahn uses the Tarkatans only as slaves. He asks for their help so that Shao Kahn can be defeated, but Baraka turns down their request. He thought that without an army, they could never win. Liu Kang challenges him to a duel, but Baraka refuses. Just then, Johnny Cage steps forward and deliberately insults the entire clan. He even calls Baraka a coward so that he gets angry and accepts the challenge. But the matter turns the other way around. Now Baraka wants to fight not Liu Kang, but Johnny. And in the next moment,
Let's set some ground rules, okay? Not
suddenly, he lands a powerful punch and Johnny goes flying through the roof. Johnny rolls far away on the ground. His condition has become bad. Just then, Sonya shouts loudly, "If you are just an actor, then act." Hearing this, confidence suddenly returns to Johnny's eyes. He realizes that his greatest strength is not powers, but his attitude. And in the next moment, Johnny wins the match. But then Baraka starts smiling. He was impressed by Johnny's fighting spirit and finally agrees to help the champions. That night, Baraka leads them to the secret tunnel built under the castle. There were guards at the door, but Baraka kills them ruthlessly. Although he himself could not go inside because Tarkatans are not allowed into the castle. Shao Kahn will kill his mother in front of him. Finally, Kitana breaks down. She admits that she went to Earth, but speaking the truth, she says that she only wanted to meet Raiden. Hearing this, Shao Kahn in anger declares her a traitor. Then he orders that Kitana be tied with chains in the middle of the city so that everyone knows what happens to traitors. Meanwhile, inside the castle, the champions start looking for the amulet by taking different paths, but they didn't know that someone was watching them from the shadows. Finally, Liu Kang finds Shinnok's amulet first, but just then, Shao Kahn reaches there, and in the next moment, a tremendous fight starts between the two. Liu Kang quickly understands that normal attacks are having no effect on Shao Kahn, so he uses his most powerful attack. Suddenly, 2 massive fire dragons emerge and surround Shao Kahn in a terrible storm of fire. Shao Kahn is standing completely unharmed. Seeing this, Liu Kang's senses are blown away. Then both start hand-to-hand combat. This time, Liu Kang somehow snatches Shao Kahn's hammer and immediately tries to break the amulet's cage, but just then, Shao Kahn catches him and throws him down hard. At that same moment, Jax reaches there. Now Liu Kang keeps distracting Shao Kahn with his strongest firepower while Jax tries to break the cage with his robotic arms. In a few seconds, the cage starts breaking, but just then, Shao Kahn throws Liu Kang far away and attacks Jax directly. At the same time, Johnny and Sonya also reach there, but now it is too late. Shao Kahn stabs his hammer directly into Jax's arm, and in the next moment tears his robotic arm apart. Sonya, in anger, fires energy bolts, but Shao Kahn hits her hard with that severed arm. Meanwhile, Johnny, seeing an opportunity, runs towards the amulet, but just then, Sub-Zero arrives there, and he is the first to pick up the amulet. Taking advantage of this distraction, Shao Kahn slams Jax against a pillar. Then he kills him ruthlessly by attacking his neck and hands. Seeing Jax's death, Sonya starts trembling with anger. She insults Shao Kahn, and in the next moment, both teleport and disappear for the next tournament fight. Just then, Kano reaches there with guards, and as soon as he arrives, starts making fun of Johnny's movies. But in the next moment, now, Kano has officially come to the hero's side. After this, everyone reaches the temple again. Kano tells that he likes Earth's luxury more, so he doesn't want to let Outworld win. Then he makes the biggest revelation. Sub-Zero has taken the amulet to the Nether Realm, meaning the world of the dead. Raiden says that he can send them there by using his remaining last power, but if they don't destroy the amulet, they will get stuck there forever. And to survive in the Nether Realm, they will also need a guide. After a while, Johnny and Kano reach the Netherrealm. There, they find Scorpion's spirit. They request him to become their guide, but initially, Scorpion refuses clearly. Then, as soon as he finds out that Sub-Zero has come back to life, his face fills with anger. He starts remembering how Sub-Zero had killed his entire family. His pain and anger were so dangerous that the entire atmosphere around starts turning into hell. Suddenly, a hell armor forms on his body, and finally, Scorpion agrees to help them. In Outworld's town square, Jade ties Katana with chains. Katana tries to make her understand. She says that Shao Kahn can never be anyone's, but Jade does not listen to even one of her words. After this, she goes straight to Shang Tsung and says that she wants to protect the amulet. Hearing this, Shang Tsung enchants her weapon with his dark magic, which makes her blades even deadlier than before. Meanwhile, in the town square, Liu Kang and Sonya reach Katana, but before they can free her, suddenly lightning flashes in the sky, and Shao Kahn arrives there. Now the final tournament fight has begun. Liu Kang and Sonya attack together with their full strength, but Shao Kahn has now become almost immortal. He handles both of them easily by himself. In a while, he knocks Sonya down and is about to kill her, but just then, Liu Kang stops him with his fire. Meanwhile, in the Netherrealm, Johnny, Kano, and Scorpion have been looking for the path for a long time. Suddenly, Sub-Zero appears in front of them, but this time he has a new, terrifying power. Now he can make duplicates of himself from shadows. In the next moment, his copies start attacking Johnny and Kano, while the real Sub-Zero starts fighting Scorpion. Johnny and Kano struggle badly, but then Johnny somehow catches a duplicate. But just then, the second duplicate grabs Kano from behind. During this, Kano fires his laser and cuts the Shadow's belt, which causes Shinnok's amulet to fall downwards. Johnny immediately slides on the ground and catches the amulet just at the time when it was about to fall into the hellfire. But now, a new problem has started. They had to destroy the amulet, but how? No one knows this. Just then, the duplicate returns. Kano tells Johnny to run with the amulet while he stays back and starts fighting. The duplicate kicks him hard and throws him off the edge of the pit, but Kano saves himself at the last moment by stabbing his knife into the wall. Meanwhile, the duplicate goes back and starts helping the real Sub-Zero. Now, Scorpion is fighting both alone. He tries to stop both warriors at once with his chain. Meanwhile, in Outworld, Liu Kang is constantly fighting Shao Kahn. Suddenly, Shao Kahn injures Liu Kang directly with the handle of the hammer. Before dying, Liu Kang says, "My destiny is to bring back Kung Lao," and in the next moment, Meanwhile, Sonya breaks Katana's chains with her bolt, but just then, Shao Kahn hits her again with his hammer, knocking her down, and with that, the last light in the sky goes out. Shao Kahn shouts loudly, "Earth is now mine!" It looked like everything was over, but just then,
No.
she announces that now she will fight from Earth's side, and just then, a new light ignites in the sky. Now Katana has officially become the new champion, meaning Shao Kahn is now his team's last fighter. In the next moment, a brutal fight starts between the two. In the Netherrealm, Johnny is worried and watching Scorpion's powers and wondering how the amulet can be destroyed. Just then, the duplicate suddenly teleports and grabs Johnny and hangs him over the pit. He threatens that if Johnny does not give the amulet, he will throw him down, but Johnny refuses. Then suddenly he kicks the duplicate and both fall down. The duplicate hits the platform below and accidentally drops the amulet from his hand. After this, the duplicate returns to Sub-Zero's fight. Now, they are constantly splitting and merging and attacking Scorpion. But just then, Sub-Zero leaves the fight and reaches to take the amulet, and he is about to kill Johnny, but suddenly Jade arrives there. In the next moment, Jade fires a beam at the amulet with her enchanted weapon. Then, Kano And finally, Scorpion attacks with his hellfire breath. Still, the amulet doesn't break. Meanwhile, in the temple, Shang Tsung has reached to kill the injured Raiden. But just then, Raiden telepathically talks to Johnny. He reminds him that the gods had chosen him for a reason, and just then, Johnny's hidden powers finally awaken. His entire body fills with energy. In the next moment, he lands a powerful kick, and finally Chinook's amulet breaks. As soon as the amulet is destroyed, Raiden's powers return, and just in time he stops Shang Tsung's attack. Meanwhile, in Outworld, Kitana makes a final desperate attack, and this time his wounds don't heal. For the first time, Shao Kahn gets scared seeing his own blood. Kitana immediately snatches his weapon and injures him continuously many times. She even cuts his face with her rotating fans, then stabs a blade into his neck. Kahn grabs her by the neck and says, "You are weak like your father." Hearing this, Kitana remembers her father Jared's words. Suddenly, she takes out her blue ribbon and wraps it around Shao Kahn's neck, then takes off his helmet and shows his real face to the entire public. And finally, she finishes him by splitting his head with her spinning fan. The tournament has finally ended, and Edenia was freed. The crowd starts shouting Kitana's name loudly because now she had become their new queen.